Good morning, everybody, and a very, very warm welcome to Ask the Expert. Ask the Accountant, episode number 140, the date of the 7th of June, 2025. I'm one of your hosts, Aaron Patrick. And before we get into it as well, if you are on Instagram, we have tried to go back into Instagram. So if you are there and you can actually see us, let us know, because it didn't seem to work the last couple of times. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But Johann, talk to me. How was the weekend? How was going to see Kaiser Chiefs in the middle of Edinburgh Castle? Tell us. If that's relevant.
It was phenomenal. They're really good. They were celebrating their 20th anniversary of their first album, Employed. So it was just doing that. But because they were doing it in order of the album, like I was expecting them to mix it up a bit and save some of the best till last. So like when their third song on was I Predict a Riot, you kind of think, oh,
they're doing it in order.
They've done it in order. But yeah, no, they were really good. Really enjoyed it. Just anyone that's doing a show with the backdrop of Edinburgh Castle they've just got an amazing backdrop for their stage. So if you've ever been to Edinburgh Castle, as you walk up to it, there's this huge, like what is normally a car park during the rest of the year. In the summer, they build a huge grandstand around that, and they really get it ready for the military tattoo, which happens there.
Yeah.
But in July, to help raise profiles, etc., they put a huge stage in there, and they bring in various performances. So yeah, Kaiser Chiefs at the Castle was phenomenal. Really enjoyed that. We went VIP. So we got nice padded seats with armrests. We got a couple of free drinks each. We got a nice blanket, like one of the nicest blankets I've ever come across. So, and you get to take the blanket home.
Tartan, was it?
No, it was cream, but it was so like sheepskin on the inside, nice and soft on the outside. Oh, fantastic. The most important part, plumbed in toilets. No Portaloos for me. Like I drank more because I could go to a nice toilet.
Back and forth, exactly.
And then the bars opened after the show, unlike everyone else's bar, which meant we could have a drink while we waited for the thousands of people to walk down the Royal Mile, so we could have a nice, quiet wander home. It was lovely.
I love that.
Yeah, definitely the way to do that. So that was fantastic. And then I spent the next 2 days trying to spot you at Silverstone in the rain. So how was your weekend?
Very, 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 very good. Yeah, no, I'm not actually supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be still on the campsite. But the 5G was not kind to me. I couldn't get a signal all weekend. It was just like,
yeah, I think he was just ignoring me, taking the piss out of him for being in the rain.
I ignored everybody because my phone just didn't work. It was just a lump of. It basically became a camera. That's all my phone was for.
500,000 people through the gates over the weekend.
I know. Yeah,
no 5G is going to handle that, is it?
No. And the Wi-Fi was dodgy as well, so you just no chance had you. But again, 500,000 people, how's that going to actually work in reality, is it? But no, it was really good. It was a different experience for us. We stayed on site, which was a highly game changer for us. It was lovely. And we stayed in a stand. We were at the Lando stand, which when I first heard about it, I thought, oh, that's going to be a bit of a gimmick, right? Like it's just going to name it Lando stand, right? But no, they went all out. Like I think you saw on TV, like they've put all the fluorescent logos around it and flags, and gave us all a free T-shirt, and we had a thing to hold up to kind of say "Let's go Lando" and all this sort of stuff.
So Claire told me that they've all got a bit of paper and they're going to hold it up on the formation lap.
It was literally this bit. That was all it was.
Sky F1 did not cover it.
Oh no! Well, probably
mate.
When we were doing like the test runs, it didn't look like it was going to work, so maybe that was it. So
right,
yeah, fair enough. But day one for me was introduction to queuing. So I queued for the showers, I queued for the toilets, I queued to get into the stadium, into the track. I queued to get back out the track because the Lando pop-up shop was outside. And then I queued 2.5 hours for the Lando pop-up shop, which was absolutely, lovely weather and good vibes and everything else. But then I queued to have my free T-shirt. Then I queued to go into a comedy club. Then I queued, it was basically day one was just queuing, which was hilarious. Day two was meeting people, so I got to see, saw Gordon Ramsay, George Russell, Kimi Antonelli, Oliver Behrman, because we were all in the centre bit, Mick, all these other people. But I have to give a shout out to who I did meet, though, a guy called Callum, who listens to this show. I was just wandering around, just like business, and he was like, "Hi." So I had to speak to him. He's currently looking to get his practicing certificate and everything else up in Scotland, so another Scottish representation that's there, so that was cool. And then day 3, that race, what a race. Like, yes, I got wet, yes, it was absolute torrential, but you couldn't take that smile off my face. It was such a good race. To have that Lando stand there as well, where he literally turned up, he got off the truck and fired cannons and all that sort of stuff at us, and confetti or whatever it was, and pyrotechnics and everything that was with it. And just to witness him win there was absolutely brilliant. So yeah, I feel it. I don't feel like I feel it today, but yeah, it was a amazing event. But we would be nowhere without our amazing community. So,
right, before we get started on this community malarkey, we're bringing in a new rule. This whole game we have of who says hello first. No. So Natasha Everard saying morning all at 8:16. That's not on. So because of this, we've got a new rule. It's the first to say hello, and the timestamp is 8:30 in the comments. So we'll start with that one, and then we'll go backwards.
Good morning, Natasha. I'm sure she was very jealous of your Kaiser Chief.
Yeah, experience. I know Natasha's a big fan of Kaiser Chief, so
and the podcast is off to a flyer, so well done on that one. Dave's here. Good morning, all from rainy London. I hope everyone is it raining over there? Oh, okay. It's well, are we talking rain or torrential rain? Because now I know the difference.
Don't want to have your drizzle malarkey. You weren't there, man. You didn't see.
Especially when they ran out of ponchos as well. And I was in my shorts. Kirsty, good morning to you, and hope you enjoyed your podcast. Not heard that yet, but I know you were on Natasha's podcast. I hope that went well. Louise Moore says, good morning, all. Mizzle in South. Is that drizzle? Is that a different type of mizzle? Is it mizzle a slang we don't know in Salisbury? Oh, okay. Good morning from sunny South Yorkshire, says Cheryl Stone. We had rain all day yesterday. Pleased to see the sun. Clive Hander, the QuickBooks accountant, says, let's go. It should be lights out and away we go. We're gonna keep it topical.
For teaching, it's all right.
Yeah. I was really pushing Alex Dunn as well to get a result, but unfortunately not. Steph's here as well, the free bees. Morning all, dried out. Yeah, Aaron, just about. Well, no, my gear's not dried out. Yeah, I mean, 2 years ago, my iPad Mini lost functionality. I took even more expensive equipment with me this time, and I'm not sure how that's going to go down too well. Turns out Microsoft Surface Pros aren't waterproof. Morning, chaps. I saw your post on the Kaiser Chief, Johann, and that looked amazing. Yep, it did look amazing. I'm very, very jealous. In fact, I think my new thing is I really like these kind of city gigs where they have different people turning up on different nights, those sort of kind of ones, kind of like the reverse of a residency. So I don't know what that is, but whatever that's supposed to be. Because we went to Warwick, and we got to enjoy the train and enjoy their set, and it was that sort of idea where they just invited different acts throughout. They had one physical stage, and then they just brought people in. So yeah, no, I'm really liking that, because you kind of get to have that bit more of an intimate gig, don't you? Because they tend to be what do you call it one. Kaiser Chiefs are amazing. They played Lincoln Castle last year. I bet that was good. Yeah, must be a castle. They must like their castles. That's they should have gone to Warwick Castle. There we are. Morning, had to restart as my chat wasn't loading. Oh no, technical issues all around. It says Paul, sorry. Susan Jack says, morning all, great F1. Yeah, it was absolutely amazing. Thanks, Susan. And I hope you enjoyed it on TV as well. Thought he was ignoring me too for doing the same thing. How's the weather was left unanswered. Yeah, not a single person got an answer from me because not a single one of my texts work. Amy says, morning, great race. I'm very jealous. She got to see FP3, no, FP1 and FP2. With Intuit, so I hope you enjoyed that one. I actually got to see the Fusion Lounge, so where they were. So I saw where they were from my stand. So yeah, good. Aaron, you made it. Yeah, just literally just made it.
You made it famous because someone recognised you at F1.
Oh, of course. Yeah, no, that was a surreal moment. The fact that he went, Aaron, and I was like, me. No, very surreal moment, very surreal. So thanks for that. And again, shout out to Callum on that one. Juliet McKenna says, morning, guys. Good morning to you, Juliet. Amir says, good morning to you too, sir. And Juliet McKenna says, sunny in Gateshead. Oh, okay. So we've got
sunny in Edinburgh, blue sky, brightness.
LinkedIn user says, I was switching between the cricket and F1 thanks to the rain, but epic race. Unfortunately, shoddy cricket this weekend by England. Yes, unfortunately for that one. Carnarvon Castle will be epic. Yep. Get them all to the castles. Get them to the castles. Kaiser Castles, they should change their name to going forward. Or the Castle Chiefs. Okay, cool. 42 minutes out. Sorry about that, everyone. Let's get straight into the news, though. And obviously, we all know what the first news topic's going to be. It's all been dominated by socials. Zero have a price rise. Now, let me just start off with this I have no issue with most price rises. I don't think there's any, they're a business. They're going to bring out price rises. I think the timing of this price rise didn't go in their favor, though. How much did they spend on Mello? Was it 3 point something billion? Was that right?
Yeah.
3 point whatever bit with more to still to pay maybe or something. And then literally a few days later, we're going to increase your prices.
We're going to make that money.
Yeah. We're not buying Mello. You're buying Mello.
Right, bear with me. I'm going to go increase the prices and then try the check again in a month.
Yeah. It should have been not zero acquires Mello, zero users acquires Mello with a price rise.
Isn't that technically the same with every software?
Yeah. That's it. It's Rebecca Williams there. Yeah, there is a setting within LinkedIn that makes it so it can do that. There's we put a post up before and have a look for it. But yeah, good to see you, Rebecca. Hope you are doing well. Yeah, so they brought out the price. Now, in fairness to them, they've also got a new dashboard coming as well. So that'll be nice. And from what I can tell by the dashboard, it looks like it's a nice little update. It's obviously going to cause controversy because people don't like updates. We don't like change. But I like it when UI updates and stuff come in for good reason. It looks like this seems like a good reason. It's a nice, cleaner aesthetic. And it seemed like that top row seems to have been updated. And yes, that's going to cause some complaints and there'll be some issues, and your favorite menu buttons probably going to disappear, but I'm sure it's for good reason. Like the thing with these software, aren't they? I mean, how many thousands of users have they got to have a look at heat maps and go, no one's actually clicking this button? They're all clicking here to go here
in accounts.
Yeah, exactly.
Clicked it twice in 2 years.
But like 99% of people are clicking this to then click that to go to here to click that, 4 clicks to get to where they need to go. Yeah. So yeah, if they get that right, that'd be a great little update coming new. So yeah, do you want to shout out what the updates are? Just people people are aware of them.
Just going back to the fact that it's a price increase. My attitude towards price increases is changing. I think it's probably more because I've got a background in software now.
Yeah.
But I think the price increases, there's inflation, right? Now, I know this is above an inflationary rate. So if a software increases their prices by inflation, I have no issue with that whatsoever. If it's above inflation, then I need to see a return, like advancement in the product to justify it. Whether this dashboard is that advancement for value and stuff, different matter. But I don't have an issue with pricing, because ultimately it encourages us to revisit our pricing. And it's a reminder to us as accountants and bookkeepers to go, actually, I've not increased my pricing this year by inflation, or I've actually evolved this service to include some new aspects and I've not revisited the pricing because of it. So it is a nice little reminder for us, I feel. So Xero Ledger is going to stay the same. Xero Simple and Ignite is staying the same. Xero Growth will go from £33 to £37 a month plus VAT, which I would imagine in January, which is when QuickBooks do their price increases. So QuickBooks Essentials is currently £33. That's the equivalent of Growth, give or take. I mean, I'd argue Xero offers more value because you get unlimited users. And
hold that thought until the next topic. We'll carry on.
You don't on QuickBooks. So £33 for Growth, going up to 37. Comprehensive is currently £47, and that's going up to 50.
Which seems fine, right? Like that's your standard.
Which is in line with QuickBooks Plus, functionality-wise. Apart from, again, you get unlimited users, which is that is the nail in your coffin, Aaron. Is you no longer get unlimited users.
Hold your thought for a second.
So QuickBooks Plus is 47. Xero's is 47. It's going to 50. I would have no surprise whatsoever if QuickBooks goes to 50 in January. Like, this is like, people get, oh, Xero's put the prices up again. Well, actually, the last time they put the prices up was last year. Like, it's not been done this year. It just feels like it has, I think. I don't think they've put their prices up in 2025. I think this is their annual increase.
It just feels like it wasn't, because they changed all the names at the same time, didn't they? There was it wasn't just a price rise last time. It was a price rise plus
some rebranding, repackaging of stuff.
Repackaging, that's the phrase. Yeah.
But it gives you, like, this is like the Apple and Samsung thing, right?
Yeah.
Apple announces their phones in September. Samsung announces their phones in February. Who does it first? Like, who brought out that feature first? Was it Samsung because they announced their phone in February 25?
Yeah.
And Apple came up in September 25? Or was it Apple because they announced it in September 25 and Samsung announced it in February 26? Like, there's always going to be who did what first. But we know the routine is, in the summer, we find out about Xero, ready for September. In January, we find out about QuickBooks, ready for March. Oh, no, February, isn't it?
Yeah.
So fair play to Xero. They give you more notice period to make the reviews and changes when you're busy. And they do it in a period of time when actually we tend to see a bit of a downtime in the summer from our clients because they're all on holiday, so we can get a bit more work done and planning. And then the unlimited is going from £59 to £65 a month.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think any of that is any different to what we'll see QuickBooks do in a couple of months' time.
Yeah.
Or in January. So yeah.
Yeah, I think my only thing with this is I get why people are frustrated and thinking about it, but what it does mainly do for us as practices, especially in the Xero world, I've seen is people aren't taking them on wholesale billing anymore. Like the tend to be now, just let the client pay for their own subscription and we'll just deal with it that way. Whereas we kind of, and maybe it's because we're primarily been into it before, but we've always been, no, we want to hold that subscription. We want to, hopefully get a discount and pass that discount on if we can. Like, that was always a mentality, right? It was how we wanted to have those, we want to have that control, right? We want to have that thing, because nothing worse than you go to do like a VAT return or a set of accounts or something, and the client's subscription's lapsed, right? For whatever reason, the cards change their credit card or whatever it's going to be, right? or legitimately they just can't afford to pay for it anymore, or whatever it's going to be. And I feel like that's where we put ourselves at risk, because when they're getting up to these sort of prices, as a firm we can't sometimes can't take that risk on. There's too much risk there for us to forget to recharge for a month or whatever it's going to be at these sort of prices. So I feel like that's where the problem kind of starts to come in with this, where they get to the point where it is just unavailable for us. But I think Zero kind of don't want accountants to wholesale bill anymore. It feels that way. They don't feel to be giving as much incentive out there to do it.
It would be interesting to see QuickBooks and Xero's support tickets from the end user about, like, the amount of times I've come across accountants and bookkeepers that think they own the data in Xero QuickBooks. No, it belongs to the firm. You've just been paying the license as a middle person because the client's paid you to pay QuickBooks or Xero.
Yes, so it belongs to the client, not the firm.
Yeah. So I do wonder how many tickets do they get where it's like, oh, I can't access my data. It's my data from the client that I'm leaving the accountant.
Yeah.
So I do wonder if that's why Xero have taken the approach of, you just get them to pay for it themselves, because we don't want this hassle and you don't want this hassle.
Yeah, true. And it is a lot less hassle, right? Like it is, but it becomes a package deal, right? And you're kind of providing all the detail, all the things for your package. I suppose I just feel like that day of us owning all the licenses, or at least paying for the licenses and passing it on, seems to be going by the wayside, at least for Xero firms, which I completely understand, because that's an expensive cost to be passing over, or try, because in the early days it was, let's try and absorb that in our accounting fee, right? Let's give this part of our, like, as a perk, come with us and you'll get a Xero license. That's becoming very, very difficult to maintain going forward, isn't it? So that'll be interesting. But I think Rebecca put it spot on here. Let's have a look. Make sure I appreciate prices need to rise alongside improvements in Xero. However, I would love to see some of other features updated being resolved first. And that is very, very true in the Xero world, isn't it? I can't even laugh now and joke. I always make the joke about, oh, at least they brought out a new font and everything else. I thought that was like just a throwaway comment. But actually, I was at when I was at one of the QuickBooks events with Scott Cook, and I was doing the whole we were just basically talking about what competitors do well and everything else. Someone actually brought up that they appreciate Xero's aestheticness and the fonts they have and how friendly they are and everything else. So actually, that they know what they're doing at this point in time, right? They've got a product, and it's just refine it, and that most of the time means that the end user gets a better experience, right? If they're just doing refinements and going through from there, I just wonder when that tipping scale is going to be, where if they don't put some new updates on, they're just going to get left behind. That's what they've got to be careful of, isn't it? And go from there.
Yeah, that's it. Like, oh, we're refining the products, so that means you're now falling out of date.
Exactly.
Because if QuickBooks turn around and say, right, we're not doing any more development, we're just refining what we've got.
Yeah,
that means you're going to fall behind.
Yeah,
everyone else that's developing new things.
Exactly, because the dashboard looks cool, but it is just a lick of paint. That's what it is fundamentally, right? So at what point do they need to change that idea of let's just refine, especially with these sort of price, to me, indicates something big is coming, right? Something new, something that's what you'd want to see with it. Go from here. Another comment is from Steph. My biggest issues with Xero at the moment is Sift. You can't buy Sift for Ignite users. Interesting. You have to upgrade them to grow, and now there'll be bigger price difference. So you can't just add Sift on.
I was just going to say, I don't know what the pricing is like at the moment, but I have a license with Sift, and I just add on QuickBooks users, free agent users, Xero users.
License with Sift now gone? Don't you have to buy it through Xero going forward?
I don't know,
because I thought that was part of because obviously Xero now purchased Sift, right? So I think people like you might be grandfathered into having your own kind of opportunity to buy and everything else, but I don't know if you can buy directly from Sift. LinkedIn, so Rebecca also says it definitely gives you a different perspective after having developed software. Yeah, I can imagine both you and Johann sat there going, ouch, like how's this going to work? Oh, Paul, we'll come back to those about MTD promotional videos later. I think although September 24th was the initial conversions around price increase, some only took into effect 25. But yeah, sorry, yeah, so that's what it is, isn't it? There was like some pushback, wasn't there? And I think they delayed it further, and it went into February, didn't it? That sounds right. Bob says zero pricing effectively teased by movement of product boundaries, forcing you to upgrade package by e.g. number of payroll employees. Yeah, this is the bit that really winds me up about all of the software. This really aggressive point of having to force you on there. I mean, that's always been where you joked there about the value and everything about unlimited users. The value that I feel Zero gets wrong is this: we're only allowed so many bills, so many invoices, all of that sort of stuff. That to me is the aggressiveness, right?
Yeah.
Simple, or what? Sorry, what's it called? Simple, isn't it? Yeah, Simple Ignite sound like really good price points and really useful, but they're really restrictive if you need X amount of bills or X amount of employees, like Bob's saying here. What about the free agent alternative? As in the free agent alternative for those price points?
Do
you know?
The challenge with free agent is, and pricing comparisons is, free agent just charged by there's one price for sole trader, one price for partnership, one price for limited company, etc. There's not. It's very different to compare and contrast, because you could argue, well, technically, Simple or Zero Simple or QuickBooks Sole Trader is a fraction of the price of free agent's Sole Trader, but actually the free agent Sole Trader is completely leaps and bounds ahead functionality and feature wise versus those two products. So it's really hard to compare and contrast pricing, and I kind of like that. I think that's a very clever move from free agent's point of view of, no, we're not going to tear ourselves by functionality. We're going to tear ourselves by the type of business you are.
Yeah.
Because that makes them, it's impossible to compare and contrast them.
Yeah. 100%. Clive says, the QuickBooks accountant says, when is enough with price increases? Just more costs of doing business for clients, open the space for new entrants for potentially better product. And that's right. My pushback on that is, when is, how many people have tried and failed in this game?
I was just going to say,
Surf and
being slightly more exposed to the software world, I don't think accountants and bookkeepers realize how many startups try and challenge Xero and QuickBooks and fail before they even go to market.
It's a shame, isn't it? Yeah.
There's just not the investment available anymore. There's not.
There's room for a disruption there, isn't there? Like there is, like
definitely, but in theory, the disruption needs to come from someone like Iris and Cashflow, because there's the money behind them to really do something about it, but they're not interested. Well, so
simple hat moment, but is their recent acquisition their chance to play at it? Maybe not. But like, if you think that Bright is, that they would love a proper FMS bookkeeping, whatever we're going to call it, solution going forward, right? And I know they've got Surf, but that's not quite what people are after, and it's really hard for people to adopt it. And I feel like I would love to see a disruptor coming in. You want another Xero to hit the market, don't you, and change things.
But you need, in today's age, you need millions and millions and billions of pounds to do it and have a chance of surviving and doing something about it. Like, I've seen so many softwares try and so many people try and fail within months or years of trying and getting nowhere. Like the churn we see of different names at Accountex and stuff. Like it would be like going and saying, I'm going to compete with Microsoft. Like you're not. You're just not. You're not going to get the market penetration. You're not going to get the trust, the brand. Like at some point, someone probably will, but it's a real rare moment.
Yeah. So at the moment, they can raise those prices, and we've just got to accept, haven't we? Rebecca also says, we have never wholesale billed for Xero. Yeah, I think we got on a couple of legacy clients, but we don't going forward. I'm not going to do the work for Xero and use our cash flow and admin time. Xero seriously need to improve their software functionality. I'm not going to argue with that one at all, Rebecca. I have to have a completely separate account to do it, but Zero don't like it. Oh, I see. So Zero, yeah, and you won't get any perks or anything. Where if you buy directly through Zero, there's going to be all of that sort of stuff that's going to flow in with it. So at least you can still buy directly from them at the point. But how long for? I don't know. Like,
yeah, well, I mean, I
precedent
can't
set,
even
isn't
see
it?
on SIFT's website information for accountants and pricing for accountants anymore.
Is it gone? Is it? Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm looking at their website now, and you can only sign up as a business at SIFT,
Yeah.
and you've got more than 10 entities to contact them.
Yeah. Free agent gives better discounts to their partners. Yeah. And or even use free agent for free with NatWest Business Banking or free metal banking account. Yeah. Especially for your MTD users, it seems to be a really compelling point there.
It's a really good solution.
Oh, that one's not me. We're getting confused with the LinkedIn's now. The LinkedIn users are taking over. All right, then. So yeah, I think it's a price increase. They've just invested in Mellow, so hopefully that brings more functionality.
There is an argument if your clients kick off, oh, you're putting my prices up again, like for your own prices for like a VAT return stuff. It's like you pay £33 a month for software, like it, and all it can do is sit there and wait for you to press buttons, and it relies on your expertise. I'm that expert that gets that right before that button's pressed. Like if the software's worth that much, then what am I worth?
Yeah. And then just back to Paul's point, because we jumped over it, not to derail, but have you seen some of the public awareness MTD promotional videos stating, starting to circle on the internet, referring about having to do 5 tax returns in a year? Not a big fan of the scaremongering tactic and surprised by the names promoting it as such. But that's the point of that price there, isn't it? Like, that's where the pain normally comes for these small businesses. Not only do we potentially have to employ an accountant or a bookkeeper or business advisor or whoever to help us with this, but then we've got the cost on top. So this is where these price increases become equally as painful for them, doesn't it? But I haven't seen the promotional videos. I would say the whole 5 things, I'm guilty of doing it myself. Like, that is part and parcel of all the videos I've done. It's, you're not doing 1 tax return now, you're doing 5, and like that's how I've been pushing this MTD. And it's not about scaremongering, it's just trying to get that awareness. It's that hook, isn't it? It's a hook to try and get people to go, oh, I need to listen to this because I'm used to just doing 1 tax return. I'm quite comfortable doing 1, and now I've got to do 5. Okay, what have I got to do now?
And when you've only got 30 seconds in an advert to do something, like you spend 30 seconds going, well, you've got to still do your annual tax return, but on top of that, you've got to do 4 quarterly returns. Those quarterly returns do not generate a tax bill.
And then cut.
And I'm cut off. So I haven't seen those videos, but someone has, in my opinion, top trump the worst advert I've ever seen from the accounting and bookkeeping industry.
Ooh, interesting. Spill the beans.
And I suffered it at every single break during Sky F1 coverage over the weekend. But as most people will know, I feel the worst and crappiest video or advert I have ever seen is the bloody chicken video from QuickBooks. Like, complete and utter. Whoever was on that, it probably needs to go into
the one before was worse, but yeah.
Well, now Employment Hero are doing TV adverts.
No.
And it's a giant bunny, a giant purple bunny. And it's like, oh, this is Bob from HR. He's got a million different HR apps. Don't worry, Employment Hero Bunny's here to help. And Employment Bunny's there with a bloody leaf blower to blow all the apps away. And then, oh, this chef doesn't use Employment Hero. And they're struggling to recruit. Employment Hero makes this easy for you. And then they break into dance.
The only thing I would say is, rocks in glass houses, or what the phrase is supposed to be, because we did adverts for Employment Hero a couple of years ago.
That was a giant purple bunny.
Well, I sat there eating.
You made that
celebrations.
That was. I never approved that video.
So yeah, I mean, look, I need to watch it though. Right, I'm going to keep my eye out for that one. Is coconut still around as they're starting to get foothold at one point? Unfortunately, not as they are currently standing there. They've got
who brought them? Was it Simple Tax?
Simple Text, wasn't it? Yeah. Which in theory sounds like a great acquisition. It very much consumer focus and trying to do the MTD and everything from there.
I haven't
But
seen anything of either of them
yeah,
since.
it's I think from an accounting point of view, it's moving on. Any suggestions of MTD landlord spreadsheets for prep of income and expenditure that can be used to input bridging? So not, I wouldn't. I mean, we would always just develop our own spreadsheet if we're going to put from there. But to be fair, from a MTD landlord point of view, we're still pushing Hammer. Like that's the one that we'll
Free
push
Agent's got a solution. Hammock's got a solution. QuickBooks said they had a solution.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't class that. I would say though, the Free Agent one that's frustrating is their metal account doesn't accept landlords. That's where I think they could just nail that bit. We'll be happy, but yeah.
RBS and NatWest do accept landlords, and that also gets you the free agent account.
Yeah. But I think metal's so much more convenient, isn't it? Just to get it set up, and then they've got that
modern user interface and stuff.
LinkedIn LinkedIn user saw it. It made me click on the Employment Heroes website to have a look at the word for me. So, all right, well, there we are. What, our Cadbury's celebration rubbish or the leaf blower one? We need clarification on that. Hi, Jen, says Ashley. Oh, Ashley, hello, how are you? I'm free, missed you guys. Oh, glad to see you back here, Ashley. Hope you're doing well. Oh, no. And we use Hammock. Excellent. Right. Okay. Let's get on to that next one. We're on 907.
That went well. We're doing really well with this.
3 more news articles, but I can't see that happening. Right. Let me start off by saying I was NDA'd is why I wasn't able to talk about this any sooner. But you remember that little conversation we had about reconciliations and Xero? And I got very frustrated how a user of Xero was complaining that QuickBooks does reconciliations and reconciliations are archaic and shouldn't be done and all this and the other. And I got on my high horse to say, like, look, yes, reconciliations isn't the.
We have only got 23 minutes.
I know. I'll get to the point. How I said the reconciliations was something that, yes, is a bit, bit frustrating, a bit old school in some places, but very, 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 very important. And having to do it in product is actually the best place to do it because it locks it all down. It means that if there is an adjustment, you can find it easily, blah, 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 blah. That's going through there. The main reason I brought that or wanted to talk about there was the fact that part of QuickBooks' new AI functionality includes reconciliation. And we'll talk about exactly what that or how that comes in, but we have now got details of what the AI solutions are going to be. So QuickBooks are doing it in a different manner. We've said before about it's more of a let's hire an agent. That's what they want you to do. They want you to hire an AI agent going forward. And they've got many coming through. So they've got accountant agent, where one of those is going to be this bank reconciliation beauty, where I've done a video on it already. It goes live, I believe, tomorrow. But the idea is that you upload a PDF document, a bank document. That bank document then gets automatically looked at, automatically done, and then automatically reconciles for you. So literally, it's just one upload and the reconciliation's done. And it's got this really cool bit as well. If it finds anything wrong for you, it will then give you all the information you need and help you generate those transactions, blah, blah, blah. Helps you go through finding problems, categorizing transactions, all that. So that's your accounting agent. There's more functionality as well, but that's kind of like the highlight stuff. There's a payments agent, so it's going to help you facilitate faster payments, bills paid on top, blah, blah, blah. There's a finance agent, which is very, very similar to what you've been talking about, Johan, about that whole SIFT analytics and getting the information in from there. That's cool. Customer agent, which is kind of more focused on trying to help you look at leads and stuff. So think more the kind of MailChimp work learnings and all that sort of stuff going through from there. And then the one that blew my mind in terms of I never even thought about this from an AI point of view is a project management agent. So the idea there is it help you generate those projects in the first place. So you could put your contract in there and it'll help you put it up. But more importantly, will help you find the transactions that relate to that project and automatically assign them. If projects were easier to use, more people use them, right? So this is a way of bringing them into there. Now, when they first announced this, I was a little bit like, "Oh, what's the cost going to be?" A bit worried, really, of what the thing, especially when they use the term hire agents. But effectively, these are coming into your current plans. So in Essentials, you get access to accounting agent and payments agent. In Plus, you get an enhanced accounting agent and some more functionality, but then you get customer agent that's on top of that. And then in the advanced product, you get the project management agent and the finance agent in there as well. So that was a big relief, to be fair. Go for it, yeah.
So which ones do we get access to in QuickBooks Accountant?
Whatever the client is on. So whatever that client on, that's the functionality. Go from there.
Okay.
They have announced kind of it's big dashboards, a whole new dashboard coming and all that sort of stuff that's coming through. And from an accountant's point of view, we will have options to be more holistically involved in the AI going forward. It will be kind of subject to what version of QuickBooks they're on. So, you know, you're not going to be able to do the project management agent against all of your clients, only on the ones on advanced, for example. But I'm very, very happy to see they're included in there, and I think that helps justify the current prices, right? Does it justify?
And when are these coming live?
So in the US already there. I've been playing with them. Absolutely love them. UK, there is a date. I'm not sure I'm allowed to say. Anyone who was at the last accounting council, were we allowed to say the date or not? I don't know. But there's a big launch being planned, and yeah, there's a lot going on. But I just don't know if we're allowed to say the date or not. So, Kirsty, if you can remember, because I think you were there.
You need QuickBooks Assistant for this, QBO Assist for this
QBO
as well.
Intuit Assist.
Intuit Assist.
Yeah. Well, no, but Intuit Assist separate. So Intuit Assist is Intuit Assist, and then these are separate agents that will do these tasks for you.
Because I've not even, I'm sure I could sign up to a beta somewhere, but I've not seen any invites to do that. I've not got anything in product trying to encourage.
All at the same time. So the new dashboard and the new agents and the new Intuit Assist, all of that stuff. But again, it's in the US now, so if you wanted to play around with it, just jump on the US account, play around. But for the UK side of things, and yeah, Kirsty's going to say we're not 100% sure if we're allowed to say the date. So there is a date in mind. Am I getting in trouble? Let's just say it's in this year. Let's just put it that way. There's a date in mind, and we'll kind of go through from that. Right. So yeah, for me, it's that bank reconciliation one that blew me away. You've rightly said, and I think this is something as an industry we've got to get right. We need a wow factor to make this work, right? We need something to go, okay, I understand now where this is going. You know, for all of we've talked about Zero and stuff, one of the things that they haven't done is nailed why are you using Jax. Like, it's almost becoming a bit of a joke at this point where it shouldn't be. Like, the potential of what Jax can become and what potential of where it's going to be in the future is going to be amazing, right? Like, I have no doubt that give it, 6 months, a year, whatever the time frame is going to be, it'll probably do a lot of the functionality that we're talking about here, right? Like, that this is where we all win, right? As end consumer, each one of the platforms is going to do something different with their AI ones, and the other person's going to have to try and compete, and ultimately we're all going to get a better product out of it, right? But I think we need these wow factors to go in, and to me, this bank reconciliation, as simply as it, but that's what you need, isn't it? You need something that takes something that seems simple and seems straightforward, but just wows you in doing it. And the idea that if your client has a bank account that's now wrong, you just upload the bank statement and it's going to go, oh yeah, it's wrong because this is missing, or this transaction shouldn't be there. And it literally just puts it out for you. It'll reconcile it in the background for you, to give you a good tick on and give you that safety blanket, everything's right. But key part is you upload that statement, job done. And hopefully with open banking coming, and we're going to have that ability to be able to just extract that bank statement for us, we'll even be in a better position when that's done, right? But yeah, I mean, what do you think to the idea of a bank reconciliation AI concept?
The concept's there, right? And let's face it, it's not a concept you and I haven't tested and tried in ChatGPT already.
Yeah. Well, in fairness, Copilot does it amazing. Like Copilot Finance does it amazing.
So but that's the point, right? Tools out there already do it amazing. So QuickBooks really needs to nail this first time round. It can't have one of these, well, we've launched it so it can do X percentage and then it might do a bit more. No, it needs to nail this the first time round. You're the experts in this field. Copilot's not a reconciliation expert. Like, they're a generic tool. So if they can do it, you bloody better nail this.
Agreed. But what I would say is there's a lot of hoops for us to do it. Like I mean, I've done videos on how to reconcile using code, but there is a lot of steps to go through. It is first you've got to convert the PDF document to a Excel document. Then you've got to go and extract the data from QuickBooks or Xero or wherever you're going from. Then you got to put them into the right table. There's steps. They're worthwhile steps, because overall it's far quicker than getting a pen out and just ticking a box. like back in the day when you used to literally have a highlighter and highlight each entry and go through from there. Like, well happy that and it's worth going through those hoops, and you'll get quicker over time, and you'll find shortcuts and everything else. But this one is as simple as you go to the reconciliation area in QuickBooks, you upload your bank statement, and it's done. Like that's it. That's the whole process. Like anyone could do that, right? Anyone can get that done. Even your end clients, like you can force them to say, look, we're not even going to start doing your account, so you've uploaded a bank statement for these particular periods or whatever it needs to be, right? And that bit to me is and so far, testing wise, and I've tested a lot of it, I've tried to break it as I love to do. I love to break. So far it's come out really well. Yeah, there's some teething problems in terms of the UI sometimes doesn't quite interact the way you'd expect, but the actual data and actual extracting the data, spot on so far.
I mean, what I have found is a lot of softwares at the moment are very good at marketing a solution before they've actually built anything. So I'm not going to give it any time of thought or time of day until it's actually not in beta, but in public domain.
Like,
that's when I will start looking at it.
And it is in public at the moment in time. In the US,
not in this country, it's not though. And that's the problem.
But there's a launch.
Apple's very good at marketing their features, but actually half of Europe can't have them because of European laws. So we don't know the date for that one, right? Into the country first, shall we? And then we'll get excited.
Okay, cool. But this is to do with a whole rework and revamp that's coming there. But look, we need the excitement. We need a wow factor to get people on board with AI, right? We need them to go, that's why AI is going to be important to us, right? Bank reconciliation, and the other stuff's cool, like error detection and stuff like that. It's going to be really useful. Suggestions and everything else, like all that stuff is going to be cool.
But then, I suppose the other interesting part of this is, does that then Sherlock things like other AI bots that are doing like Genesis and Otto and stuff?
True. But surely that's always been, if you did a SWOT analysis of that, and that's always
that was always going to be a threat on there.
100%.
And a weakness was their
marketing, right?
And
friends over at NetTracker, like obviously their biggest threat is that they do it in house. We won't go into that whole what actually happened, but that was always their threat. But no, 100%. And look, when they're talking about it is this agent idea, then you expect it to be more than just a chat box, don't you? That's where the from going from there. So I'm really excited. I've not been able to kind of use all of the features yet, like the customer agent and stuff like, just because of time. I've not played around with the project management agent yet, so that could just be, could sound amazing and may not work as well as we want it to. But the Reconciler one, that's the one that's getting me excited. That's the one that I'm loving. And we'll kind of see it from there. So and the fact that it was included in your subscriptions was honestly,
well, let's see if it's coming out this year. Let's see what the price increase in January is going to be.
I mean, like President, looking back in history and stuff, your expectation is it's going to be like in line with Xero, right? So we'll see how that goes. I think if it isn't in line with Xero, then questions are going to be asked, aren't they? So they always get they're in a quite a nice position there where they just get to react to what the competition does, right? That's not a bad place to be in. They just match the prices.
But then who's reacting to who? So is Xero not reacting to what QuickBooks did at the start of this year with their prices going up to Xero prices? And Xero like, well, we want to be seen as a premium product, so we'll put our prices up again.
True.
It's like Apple and Samsung again. It's like, it's who's reacting to who.
Yeah, at this point, it gets blurred, doesn't it? You can't just say, well, they went first.
100%.
Let's make sure we're not missing any comments. Where we go? The big purple bunny says, Steph, the agents look great. Yeah, they do. They do. I'll be honest, when I first kind of thought, oh, why are they splitting? Or why don't you just use Intuit Assist? And Intuit Assist can be the agent, right? Like, because even like
ChatGPT is so many things to so many people.
100%. Like you said there, well, is this Intuit Assist or not? So there's going to be that confusion going forward, right? But you know, if they can land do the landing, I think we're into a very, very interesting set of tools. That's interesting. Will we be able to read all banks? Yeah, so it's just a PDF document. So you send a PDF document in and go through from there. I'm looking forward to testing, see if it's not just banks. So, hey, eBay, if you've got your eBay account attached, can it do that? Rental statements, can it look at that? Like, they're the stuff we're going to be really interesting to see. Don't expect it to do it day one and just nail it, but that's where you'd want it to go into and like get the feedback and stuff going forward, isn't it? Paul Whitehouse says training new staff and reconciliation took center stage, had to process duplicate entries from bank feed and receipts, upload incorrectly, posting cash. Yeah, exactly. And think about it from a client's point, how many clients have you had that just completely messed up? Like, not intentionally, they're thinking they're doing the right thing, they're adding transactions, they're putting things in, they're trying to keep on top of it, but to see it, like, I feel like the current bank reconciliation to us makes sense, but is a real foreign concept to account to the end consumer. This one, how much simpler can it be than, oh, by the end of each month, can you just download your bank statement and just upload it to this area for us? And yeah, and it'll do that. Even if the client doesn't fix it there and then, we're going to have all the information we need to be able to fix it for them, aren't we? Without having to spend the time ticking it up. Speaking of QB, has there been any advertising around QuickFest next week?
What? Let's take that as a no, because neither of us know what the hell it's like, what it is.
Oh, the virtual. Is this the virtual? What do you call it? So I got an email because if this is the one I'm on about, I got an email. It scared me to death because I went down. Oh, who's speaking in it? Aaron Patrick. Am I? So if it is QuickFest, is the one I'm thinking of, Steph, then this is the recordings from the QuickBooks Connect that you already went to. So yeah, they're just being made.
Right. So that's why.
Yeah, which I believe why there's not much kind of.
Well, there wasn't much hype about the live event. Why'd there be anything about the recorded of the live event?
Less about that, the better. Can we file corporation tax from QuickBooks? You can. It is available. Is it their best feature product they've ever released? No, not at all. But it is. Like,
Would you?
We know there's a revamp coming soon, so keep an eye on that, Dave. But at the moment, you can. LinkedIn user is already possible in Excel Copilot. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, love that. And it's one of my favorite features of Copilot, and I love doing it. I will continue to push it. But if I can just upload a bank statement and it's done for me, I'm doing that. Like, that's how I'm going to do it going forward. Will they be looking to do something similar in lines with reconciliation of stock reports, for example, as part of year-end working and paper reports? That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping this is just the start of it. Like, bank statements makes my own sense. The nicest feature about QuickBooks reconciliation is you can reconcile every single account on your balance sheet. So in theory, you can just drop down, find the stock report and upload it, and off to the races you go. How that's going to work in reality, we're going to have to test, play around, and everything else. And no doubt that's where feedback's going to come through. And Steph was talking about, the QuickFest that, again, I'm shocked to see
in February.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool. Anything more on the world of QuickBooks agents and
No, I'm more interested in the next topic. Let's move on.
Okay, cool. All right, so next topic is there's been a U-turn. Do you want to talk? Because
there's about to be a U-turn. Let's not get fake news.
Sorry. Yeah, good point. There's hopefully, in fact, let's put there's hopefully a U-turn happened. Because you texted me this. When was it? Like the beginning?
Yeah. I mean, let's face it, it wasn't the most reliable source. MSN News, which was an article I found on a Facebook page. But then Accounting Web have reported on it as well, which gives us more credibility. Because it's Accounting Web, right? So,
exactly.
for the last few years, it's been muttered that limited companies will have to post their profit and loss to Companies House for public record.
Yeah.
And for the last few years, our governing bodies have been saying, we're going to tell them this is not right. Don't you worry, we'll get this sorted for you. As about as effective as a chocolate fire guard, nothing's happened. 1 week, no, not even that. Days in the public domain since Companies House sent out an email saying from April 2027, you're going to have to post your P&L. Within days of that, the government's business secretary is already saying it's not in line with our objective to reduce the administration burden. And overall, the rumours are that this will now be scrapped. My biggest frustration of this is if our governing bodies are that trusted and that well listened to, how they got this amount of time into it, and actually the only thing that changed them was the outpour of annoyance from the general public. Like, what is the value of lobbying the government if they aren't listening until you get the output? They should have just announced it to the public properly and then got rid of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, just another strike against governing bodies, in my opinion, and their ineffectiveness to do anything helpful for us. But yeah, so it looks like we're going to get a U-turn. So speculation, tinfoil hat moment, but speculation is businesses up to £10 million will not have to do any profit and loss still. So they'll continue as they are today. If they're £10 million plus, currently they've got to be audited, or up till last year they had to be audited. Now that audit level's gone up to 15 million. But what they're saying is, look, anyone between 10 and 15 will still have to post a profit and loss publicly. Now, whether that's an abridged version, full version, we don't know. But that's the speculation that's coming out of Westminster at the moment, is small businesses under 10 million won't have to worry about this whatsoever. And then they're going to do 10 million to 15 million will be profit and loss, but we don't know if it's abridged or what. And then we will have the normal rules for auditing.
Yeah. And that seems like a sensible approach, right? I do feel like, in defense slightly of professional bodies, I think we're all blindsided by this. This mail out from companies.
The email coming out, we were. But we have known and discussed this many a times on this show. In the industry, it's been well known that this was Companies House's objective.
Yeah. And I feel like it was still in consultation. I think that's the thing, right? I feel like everyone thought that we still had more time on this, and that this was.
I think the consultation had been and gone.
Yeah. I'm
sure I've seen responses to the consultation by governing bodies.
Yeah, and because I was asked to do I have an opinion on it, from my governing body, and it was like, look, it just doesn't fit right, does it? That this big post comes out, like we had already, this scaremongering tactic, basically. I think Paul was saying, wasn't it? MTD. So it's the same thing, right? Like, this is ultimately scared clients. So you were saying about how you've got clients now looking to move to sole trader. Like, forget all their benefits of being a limited company in terms of added protection and the fact they can hide their addresses and all that sort of stuff, right? Like, all of that stuff gone. Like, that goes out the window because they're scared about the privacy. They're scared, and like you rightly said, like, they value their privacy more than all the other perks that come with being a limited company. And that can't be right. Like, that cannot be a sustainable model.
Said, look, if I got rid of corporation tax, then actually the amount of tax I would pay as a sole trader or partnership is the same or similar to what I pay personally and between personal and corporation tax at the moment. So my privacy is worth more than that to me. So I would rather have the inefficiency of tax and the privacy of my financial affairs.
Yeah. But as business advisors, accountants, bookkeepers, whatever you want to call us, like, we should be pushing for more limited company because of the added benefits, right? The limited liability and better opportunity to lend, and there's all sorts of stuff, right? And all we've got is this crazy idea that we're going to just publicly push everyone's information out there. Why? I mean, there was so much more elegant ways of doing this, right? Maybe it's a case that you could, subscribe to see someone's P&L account if you want to, and pay a fee to Companies House or whatever, and make it something like that, right? Where there's something that
there's a cost to being nosy.
Yeah, exactly, or at least Companies House have relegate, done some sort of check on you, because now we've got these new, ACSP codes and everything else flying around. Like, there was a way where we could be a little bit more like just being a little bit more thingy with it, right? And I just feel like the way we've done it and the way that it's been approached just feels like it was always going to end up with just a backlash, and that's what's happened. And now we've, as accountants and bookkeepers, but we've had to already spend X amount of resources to, talk to our clients, reassure our clients, help our clients get around this.
How much money have we wasted as a nation on the consultation of this to be ignored and they go ahead? The productivity in my own firm alone has plummeted in the last 2 weeks since that email went out, because we're dealing with that instead. Never mind the loss of time and
creating newsletters,
all that productivity gone. Just for within days of it happening, they go, and we're going to potentially reverse it.
Like someone actually had a bit of common sense.
Like HMRC and Companies House and the government are so damaging to small businesses in ways they don't even comprehend.
Exactly right. And yet they tell us it's the future of economic growth for us. But you can say one thing and do the other. Fingers crossed, that would be brilliant. I'm talking about the stock update. Is there any more plans for creation of micro accounts and FRS 102A? Yes, FRS 210A is supposed to be already in. Micro entity accounts is there. So go and fill your boots and have a play around with it. Again, there should be some updates coming. I'm so happy about this U-turn. Yeah. Well, hopefully we get the U-turn. Let's all. But if there is a U-turn, we need that fast. Like, we can't mess around. This can't be a back and forth and everything else, because the scare
they won't do it. Like, it's an easy win for the government to go, oh, we listened. Look, we scrapped this. Because their argument will be that this was first voiced and put out there back when the Conservative government was in place. So them listening and go, we took the common sense approach, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's a win for them. It's a good little marketing stunt. Because it wasn't their idea in the first place.
Let's hopefully gets U-turn. For so clients, it just doesn't make sense. Exactly right. With all due respect, it doesn't feel like the professional bodies have the input they used to. Unfortunately not. Legislation, do you think about you guys are legislators, do you think about your guys and the common sense, surely? So couldn't agree more there, Ashley. It is it's just whatever. Like, we've already spent and done the time. We just got to raise our prices for clients. That's all they're forcing us to do, isn't it? So what can we do on that one? Right, okay, I think we've already gone over, so I do apologize for that, everyone. Hope everyone has a great weekend, a week coming forward. Johann, what's your week entail this week? Anything interesting we should be excited about?
Meetings, calls, etc. I may be in a new venue by this time next week, because I'm moving house on Friday. So I've got to do that on top of everything else.
In Scotland.
Pardon?
Is that quick in Scotland?
Yeah. So moving house on Friday, which is lots to do. Packing this place up.
I can't believe how quick it is. So like
rebuilding this place is going to
Put it this way, I had sold on my rental properties to a tenant. So the easiest one in the world, it took 9 months to go through. 9 months.
No, Scotland does move a lot quicker, to be fair. I mean, we made an offer and it was accepted on the house like 2 months ago by the time we've moved in. So but it is a lot quicker in Scotland.
Well, good luck with the move. Good luck with it.
Thank you. What are you up to this week?
A quiet week, thankfully, catching up and going through from there. So looking forward to it. As Ashley said, good luck with move. Enjoy the week, chaps, and great to see you both. Yeah, and thank you for joining us, Rebecca. I assume that's Rebecca that's LinkedIn user there. It could be one of the other ones. But everyone, thank you so much for coming along to our little show. And we'll see you this time next week. Well, hopefully, Johann will see you this time next week,
I'll be there.
even if he's on his iPad. Or in a local
I'll be
coffee.
there, don't you worry. Priority first room to move into.
Brilliant. All right, everyone. Speak to you all soon. We're looking forward to seeing your new setup. Hopefully next week, Johann. It'll be good to see. And we'll see you all. Oh, one more. I've just done it, Johann. We are 3 weeks into the new house. Boxes everywhere. Yeah, I mean, I've still got boxes, and it was 5 years ago. So
I won't be tolerating that.
One day it'll happen. Cheers, everyone. Good luck with the move, and we'll see you all next week. Bye.
Next week.